Welcome back. Well, we are back to the SOHN India conference. The conference traditionally attracts the creme de la creme of stock market veterans. And today, of course, the theme over there, as Raamdeo pointed out at the conference, is life at lifetime highs. And there you can see a very busy and active conference out there. And Raamdeo Agrawal is sitting with our own Nimesh Shah. Raamdeo, good morning. How does it feel? You had worries about valuations, but the audience over there, your peers over there don't seem to be worried about valuations, just enjoying life at lifetime highs.
In fact, the only spoil sport is the valuation at in the current market. In fact, everybody is worried about valuation. I'm not worried about valuation. So, in fact, my life is easy at lifetime high.
Nimesh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Raamdeo, I was just looking at your fund performance as well. The AUM is in 6,500 crores. Performance has been so good.
Yes.
Do you think that this can be replicated over the next couple of years from now, given that valuations are a little stiff?
I mean, see, there are two issues. One is the fund performance has been fantastic so far, but you are as good as till yesterday's performance. And but you know what happens is that investing is a little longer term process, and if it has worked for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, there must be some method in the madness. So that method in the madness is your investment philosophy and the pig-headed discipline to follow what you say is your philosophy. And if you keep doing it, I mean, markets will be up, markets will be down, it will be depressing, it will be on the highs. But if you keep walking on paths chosen by you, you will keep making money. You keep beating the market. Market will always come and trouble you. They will always make you misbehave or behaviorally go away from your chosen path. But it is for you to say no to what market is saying and follow your path.
Sure. I'll ask you about your portfolio construction and the way you've been positioned, financials and all. But first, a word on the domestic liquidity. You know, that's something which is slowing this market, yes, despite the fact that the FIs have been not big buyers. Yes. You've got a real pulse on how the domestic money is flowing off late. Yes. What are you sensing? Because I believe even in your particular fund, yes, virtually there is an inflow of close to 10 crores on a daily basis.
Yes. So, you know, what has happened is, if you remember, till about 2013 December, I mean, our biggest problem was the outflow. Every day, I mean, it used to be, outflow used to be literally equal or more than the inflow. January 2014, the moment Mr. Modi was nominated as a, candidate for Prime Ministership from BJP, I think the whole tide turned. And after that, from 1st January 2014, we have never seen a month which is net negative. It's been net positive. And of course, the flow has been increasing as our size, our own distribution, and the optimism about the market is growing. Because what is happening is, right now, as the political grip of this current government is increasing, the political capital is increasing with the various successive wins, people's expectation is also growing. And so right now, expectation is high. Earnings are kind of where it was 3 years back. Earnings are not moved. There's a hope that earnings will explode at some point of time. So you know, that's the stuff, and whether earning will explode or not, only time will tell. I'm also hopeful.
Yeah. So Q4 numbers.
Yeah. So what we are looking at, I mean, the way I manage portfolio is whether the broad market earnings grow up or not, my portfolio earnings should do well. So I am very earnings focused. I don't look at macro. I don't look at politics. I don't look at anything. And I don't time the market. I don't have cash calls. So we are worried about what is happening in my portfolio. See, markets are always right skew. Markets are not, normal distribution markets. In 4,000 companies, 2,000 are underperforming and 2,000 no, it doesn't happen like that. So all the performances come from 200, 300, 400 companies out of the 4,000. So 10% companies, they take care of the 90% of the guys. You have to see, you have to have a filter, you have to have a method whereby bulk of your portfolio is part of those 300, that 10% winner. So the guys who are, I mean, those who keep coming to your screen, they are the guys who have very different styles, but they find ways of being there by default every time. So they are the winners. So in the stock market, very few win because the guys who are actually invested in those companies, they only win, not the rest of the pack.
So does that explain, that is the reason why you are so bullish on the financials? Because the top 10 includes HDFC Bank, HDFC, RBL, where you made a big bet post-listing, PNB Housing. all the financials are there as part of a top 10 portfolio. What is your view on the financials there?
So actually we are thriving on the sickness of the public sector banks. Public sector bank, when I started my career in the 80s, it was 100%. I wanted to be a banker, but there was no possibility for becoming a banker as a professional. Then they started issuing licenses in 95, 96. We have seen among the first licenses were HDFC Bank, and there we have seen from a 1,000 crore listing, today it is 4,30,000 crores or odd this thing. So I have seen this stock growing from 1,000 crores to 4 lakh crores, over 4 lakh crores, and growing very strong right now. It is one of the best bets right now. So clearly this economy produces compounders and amazing kind of businesses, and right now still that 70% of the PSU sector is having leadership crisis, NPA crisis. So the business incrementally, disproportionately is going to the private sector. And that's where, whether it is an NBFC, whether it is a housing finance, whether it is a bank, all of them, they are getting more than due share of their business and profits. And hence, we are also aligned.
I've heard you in the past as well saying, the likes of RBL, PNB Housing can be 10 baggers in the next, 10 years from now. You're very convinced these are the stocks these are the next SGFCs in the making, or SGFC banks in the making?
See, Ramesh, you have to be optimistic in the market. And see, the game of investing is about seeing the future. Vision, courage and passion, patience, that. So you need to have some kind of imagination about the stock to best of your understanding. Now, since I'm also a promoter of a housing finance company, my knowledge of what's happening in the housing finance is there, in the sense that it's more than the analyst, so to say. So we are pretty confident. That's why we are building it up, and hence the next 10 years, 15 years, they look to be very good. But we also reserve the right of going wrong, because in a portfolio of say 15 stocks, 5 will disappoint you. Which one, we don't know. Like we bought last year with a lot of fanfare Indigo. Correct. And it didn't work the way we thought. We bought till 1200 and all, and today also it is lower than that. So then it happens. But when you buy very high quality company, it may not go up if your story is wrong, but it will also not go to zero. Correct. What is important in making money, as Buffett says, that rule number 1, don't lose money, and rule number 2, don't forget rule number 1. Correct. So we have to keep following that process. So even if we don't make, we should not lose. Sure. And then there will be some companies where we'll be making more than what we thought.
Sonia, I guess you are itching to ask Raamdeo about Marutis and the auto space. Sonia, go ahead.
No. I actually wanted to ask him about his views on GST, because, that's the hot topic of debate now. Raamdeo, you said at the end of the day, everything boils down to earnings. What did you make of the GST rates, and do you see any kind of temporary disruption in earnings because of that?
I think whatever disruption were to happen is going to happen for this quarter, June quarter, because that destocking or delaying the ordering and having no clarity of some of the rates and all. So all this jumbling is going to happen till 30th June this quarter, and after that, this is something which cannot be rolled back. So people have to live with high, low, medium, whatever rates they get. So, right, and this is a very responsive GST regime. If you see, if you have any problem, they are responding very quickly. So, I think there are, see, it is into the realm of, kind of a possibility that they are doing it, and nobody knows, neither the authorities nor the entrepreneurs, that what will be the outcome of it. In the sense that what are the difficulties which are going to come. And good thing is that we have extremely responsive GST body, and they are leaving no stone unturned in terms of trying to see that there is no difficulty to anybody. So let the whole thing get settled, and after say 1st July, then we'll start seeing who gets how much credit, who gets how much debit, and hence what is the final impact. And let's not forget, entrepreneurs are smart. They will pass it on, whatever. You are not allowed to do profiteering. It's the ease. The biggest thing about GST is it is the ultimate ease of doing business. Yeah. So let's look at that way. Let's not look at it as a profit or loss to anybody. And after a month, we'll know everything.
Yeah, no, 100%, what you said about the political maturity and responsibility with which the GST Council and all actors have taken this action forward, and of course it's a very beneficial point. But the stocks that the market has given a bump up today, Titan, Page Industries, Rupa. Now, you are a lover of brands. In one of your many wealth creation studies, you picked out that your QLGP, is best reflected in marquee brand owning companies. Do you think this gives a new lease of life for these companies?
I don't think so, because these are all pass-through. I mean, if you, instead of say 10% fear, if the brand is going to attract 5% duty, 4% duty, so the unorganized to organized movement, which could have taken say next 10 years, could happen much faster. But I mean, the world is not that easy. I mean, it's not that people with 2% lower tax or higher tax, they are going to queue up the moment 1st July comes. I don't think so. It doesn't happen that way. But yes, I mean, it is going to give a small tailwind for the companies which are well positioned.
Okay. Well, we know that the SOHN conference is going to discuss a lot of key stocks. But what are the themes that you are expecting to hear at the SOHN conference or discuss over there?
No, I have come here to listen to the pitches. How exactly people see value. Price is known to everybody. Every single artist here or speakers here, they look at value very differently. I look at value through the lens of QGL, but somebody else looks at very differently. Somebody will buy large unpopular company, somebody will buy small growth company, so somebody will buy small unpopular company. So let's look at how people approach the value.
So Raamdeo, whose talk would you be interested in the most? Because we have so many market veterans: Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, Ramesh Damani, Shankar Sharma. Who are you looking forward to the most?
No, I'm looking forward to everybody's pitches, because you don't know who is going to drop the big 20-carat diamond here.
Oh, wow. Raamdeo, you're a perennial learner, and that's what makes you such a quality guy. Nimesh, any final thoughts?
Yes, Talata. So I want to ask him about two specific stocks which do not feature in the portfolio right now. It's both IT and pharma. Beyond Jubilant Life, I don't think you're owning any of the pharma.
We have Ajanta,
correct. Yeah. And but not of the large cap pharma, the Divis and the Sun Pharma.
Our allocations are never less than 4-5%.
Correct.
So irrespective of size of the company. But I don't care what is the size of the company. Sure. I look at my portfolio size and how much I can allocate.
But do you think there is a serious headwind for both IT and pharma? It is Indian companies. For
IT is suffering from transition we are talking about. The business model itself is going through the kind of a churning, where old model is going way to the new model. Pharma, I think, is more temporary, and there also you don't know if Amazon comes into pharmacy. From 3 distributors, he becomes a super distributor. So what happens to those 3 distributors, and then if he becomes a global distributor, then how he's going to negotiate with all this? So.
Okay, well, that was the sum and substance of Raamdeo Agrawal's views and what he's expecting from this SOHN conference. Promises to be a very, very interesting conference. Wish we were there, but we have all our heads. Anuj, Nimesh, all will be there through the day to tell you what's going on. We'll take a break now. Still ahead, Bharat Madan.